The One Ring has been sold at a much higher price than we could have possibly imagined. But who is the buyer? Is the ring in good hands? And what does this mean for the future of collectible Magic the Gathering and the game we all love? I've got a hot take here. Let's get into it. When the news of the One Ring from Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth dropped, we were extremely hyped. Whether it was the notion that there was a crazy collectible piece of Magic history floating out in the ecosystem, or the belief that any one of us regular enthusiasts could crack a pack and get our hands on this priceless treasure, is left to be seen. But the fact of the matter is, this did wonders for Magic the Gathering, our community, and the hype of what might be Magic's most popular set. But since then, prices have risen, fallen, things have been all over the place. The One Ring was pulled, and now it officially has been sold. That's right, today we're going to talk about the sale of the One Ring. We're going to talk about the buyer of the One Ring. Mentioned, is the One Ring in good hands? And spoiler alert, not only is it in good hands, but I have some advice as someone who knows something about collecting Magic the Gathering for the buyer, and I'm going to offer that to them today. But most importantly, we are going to talk about the future of Magic the Gathering. What does the One Ring promotion and the sale of the One Ring, and specifically the buyer of the One Ring, mean for the future of commoditized Magic the Gathering? I think all these are fun topics. But overnight, before the recording of this video, it seems that social media is abuzz about the sale of the One Ring, and it does seem to be official. The One Ring has been sold for a whopping total of $2.6 million dollarinos. That's right, cold casheroonies, to none other than Post Malone. So those of you out there, check your bingo card. When the One Ring was announced and everyone was putting out bounties and everything, if you had Post Malone, if you had that square, which might have been the free square, that might have been the massive community take that was going on. I had my hand on, or my odds were on Taylor Swift, but Post Malone, you know, if you had that square, check that off on your bingo card. But this means that the One Ring is in the hands of a very popular artist and Magic the Gathering advocate. And I think this is meaningful. With all the bounties we saw coming out pre-pulling of the ring, there was a chance that the most popular Magic card of our time, and possibly the most sought-after piece of Magic history of all time, ended up in the hands of a sports card seller, or someone who threw it in the vault, or someone, you know, who bought it, never even told you they bought it, and sat on it for 30 years. Post Malone buying this card, I believe, is a massive win for our community. Now, before you run to the comment section and tell me this is just evil wizard's greed, because that seems to be what the comment section says with every video where I say anything remotely positive, I want you to take a second and think about this. The One Ring was always going to exist since, you know, Wizards of the Coast announced it. They weren't going to announce it and not put it in the packs. That was ridiculous. And Post Malone, of all the potential buyers, is by far the best option for regular enthusiasts like you and I. What this is going to do is this is going to do the same thing for collecting Magic the Gathering and popularizing Magic the Gathering as something like Lord of the Rings did. Heck, I don't know if you know this, but Post Malone has a massive reach and an insanely massive audience. There are going to be more people that will have their eyes on Magic the Gathering because of little bits and little things Post Malone does, you know, with his passion and his love of the game and love of our community, than probably any other set that we see in the next 2 to 5 years. That's right, this insane reach is going to get Magic the Gathering in the eyes of most people, and yes, it's going to get high-end collectible Magic the Gathering, which, spoiler alert, I think will be important, but what it will also do is it will give people the idea that, hey, anyone can play this game, something you and I have always known, and I think that's an important message to perpetuate throughout the world as we try to get more people interested in our game. But now that Post Malone has bought the ring, what's he going to do with it? I mean, we're going to see it on game nights. Is he going to wear it around his neck attached to a chain? Well, as you can see, I have a pretty serious Magic the Gathering collection and some awesome serialized cards back here. So, Post Malone, you and I know you have my personal number. If you need some advice as to how to display serialized Magic the Gathering on a small YouTube channel on some weird corner of the internet, I am 100% your guy. Give me a call. I will let you know how that works. But all this tells me is that the future of Magic the Gathering is not only bright because of the reach that someone who's actually an advocate for our community purchasing the ring will cause, but I do believe that Wizards of the Coast is not going to look at this and say, we're done. I think what this says, the One Ring program that came out of Lord of the Rings, and yes, that's what we're calling the existence of a serialized one-of-one card. I'm going to call it the One Ring program because I think it's niche and cool. And if you think it's niche and cool and you like the stuff around here, make sure you click subscribe. But I really think Magic the Gathering is going to look at this and say, hey, this, not only did this sell boxes, not only did this help hype up the set, but this put Magic the Gathering in front of millions of eyes that it otherwise wouldn't have been in front of. Whereas videos from XQC trying to open the ring, Asmongold talking about the ring, and now Post Malone buying the ring and probably showing it off in some way, this has been a massive win. So because of this, you could tell me a story where Wizards of the Coast says once a year we're getting a 101. And heck, knowing Wizards of the Coast, you could tell me a story where that happens more than once a year. But I have said before on this channel, and I will say it again, that this will repopularize or re-energize the idea of collecting Magic the Gathering. This is going to make people and the wheels in their mind start to turn. And yes, while Post Malone will buy a $2.6 million ring and most of us won't, the rest of us will, the gears will start turning. We will start to like the idea of having something that we're proud of, maybe experiencing grading for the first time. Heck, we see a serialized one-of-one ring, we see there's other serialized cards. Maybe we take our crack, or take our chance, take our shot at building a little mini collection. I really think this goes a long way to relight the fire when it comes to collecting Magic the Gathering. I think it goes a long way for Wizards of the Coast to incentivize them to keep making hype things, collectible things, and things that we are proud to show off and put in our binder. And yes, while this did have a bit of a lottery ticket feel to it, I believe that is the highest of the high and there's the lowest of the low. I think there is some meat in the middle here where this is a massive positive. But what I hear from you guys, and if you want to hear more from me, if you want inside information where I track a bit of older sets that maybe aren't mainstream news, but still have some crazy value, and there might be some cool stuff that you can get out of these boxes, make sure you sign up for channel memberships. It's less than $5 a month. You get access to channel badges, cool emojis, and exclusive content. I will pin a video link in the comments section for the first channel member video that went out this week. There'll be one coming next week. So thank you all for hanging out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Share this video, any social media platform where you engage with Magic the Gathering discussion. And again, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for hanging out. We will talk to you soon. I'm sure I'll be back. I'm here all the time. Goodbye.